Welcome back. Today we are going through an abundance tracker. So this is an opportunity to get intimate with your money. It's really important that you understand what is coming in, what's going out, and also the feelings that are behind how you're spending and holding money. So I made you a really cool abundance tracker that I'm excited to share with you. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now on how to do this. To do this, what I would recommend is going through and getting like your bank statements for the last 30 days or even 60 days, depending on how much change you've had in your financial circumstances. If you've signed up for a lot of new subscriptions, you might need to go back a couple of months. And then also looking at credit card bills that have monthly reoccurring charges. There's also some different apps out there that you can use that will show you what all your subscriptions are. But it's really important that you have an accurate picture of this, okay? So this is your abundance tracker. And I'm going to give you an example here of how I use this. So I will go through and I'll put in all my different expenses in here, right? And so I just listed a handful here of pretty common expenses for everybody, but you will probably have a much longer list, I'm assuming, because you'll have different expenses. But you want to go through and put all your living expenses in here. So that's your rent, your mortgage, your electric, your gas, your insurance, whatever. Car payments, car insurance, credit cards, your streaming services. If you are subscribed to any monthly subscriptions, you want to put them in here. If you're doing any buy now, pay laters like Affirm or Klarna, put them in here. Basically anything that comes out of your bank account that you're not necessarily like at a store swiping your card for should go on here as a monthly reoccurring expense, okay? And then you're going to put in things for like gas or food or whatever your regular monthly expenses are. Is there daycare? Is there, I don't know, public transportation? Is there whatever those reoccurring things are, right? So go through and put the amounts for each, put the dates that they're due, because you're gonna know all the time how much money you have in your account, how much is coming in, what's going out, and it's gonna start to feel good versus overwhelming. I'm telling you, people who have done this exercise immediately get some type of benefit out of it. One of my clients the other day had struggled with her finances and her credit, and she did this exercise, and one of the things that she was most afraid to do was apply for a credit card because she didn't want to get denied, right? And she'd been getting denied for like 6 months. Her financial situation really hadn't changed, but she went through and she did this tracker, and just getting that overwhelming feeling of having no idea where her finance stood to now having a grip on it and being like, oh my God, I have an extra $1,000 at the end of the month. I had no idea I had that. She went and applied for a credit card and she got like a $10,000 limit, like right away. So when you get intimate with your money and you get a grasp on it and you start to have positive feelings about it, and it doesn't feel overwhelming, you're not afraid to check your bank account, you're not afraid to look at like how much is coming in and what's going out, and it's a very empowered way to be with your money, it will start to change. You will see effects immediately, okay? So that being said, go through and put all of these expenses, all your monthly reoccurring expenses, estimate your food and your gas, grocery shopping, like whatever it is, the dates that they're due. Over here, you're going to see the total owed. This is for like credit cards, loans, anything like that. So if you have, for example, a Capital One card and you have $10,000 on that card, this is what you owe, not your limit. This is like your balance. So you owe $10,000 to Capital One, and then you're going to put the interest rate in, because when you get down here and you can see your total expenses against your total income, and then you can see what you have at the end of the month, you want to start to look at, how do I want to use that money? Do I want to keep paying the minimums on my credit card and build up a savings account? Do I want to start paying more on this credit card because it has the highest interest rate? So this is where long-term I would save the most amount of money. Like, you want to start to look at those things. And I am not a financial planner, so these are your decisions to make. I'm just giving you the tools so you have the awareness of, here's all of my expenses, here's the dates that they come out, here's the total that I owe on any types of loans that I have, here's the interest rates, here's where my savings account is, and then you make empowered decisions from there of what feels good to you. So I'm just giving you tools to understand your process, okay? So make a copy of this document right out of the course if you want, make your own, but it should include those different things, right? And then the last thing you want to do is review this. Do you have like 10 different streaming subscription services, and do you really need all of them, or could you save an extra $70 a month? You know, look through like, what do you actually need? How can you consolidate? How can you make this a more budget-friendly, what's the word I'm trying to find? A more budget-friendly experience, I guess, for you every month, so that you have more money left over and you start to, again, feel good about it. You start to be able to pay things off. You start to have extra money to maybe put aside for a vacation, like whatever the thing is, right? because your money should also be rewarding you. So go through and do this budget again to get your credit card statements, your bank statements, like really take the time. Don't skip over this. I'm telling you, it's very transformative. And also usually the financial situation isn't as bad as we think it is once we actually look at it. And so that's also why this exercise is so important. So dive into your budget. This is your abundance tracker. Update it as needed, right? So as you pay things off or as you add new expenses. And then the other part of this is think about how it feels. So when you are spending, when you look and you spent a couple $100s on Postmates last month, does that feel good? And if it does, great, then that's a great way to spend your money if that feels good to you. But if it doesn't feel good and you're like, oh, I spent $300 on Postmates, I don't even think the meals weren't even that great. Maybe it was convenient, but if I had maybe gone grocery shopping, I feel like that would have felt better. Like if, there's an expense that doesn't feel good, is it one you can get rid of? Sometimes it's not, but you can just look and say, okay, well, you know what? It doesn't feel good to spend money that way every month. So maybe next time I'm not going to open that kind of a credit card. Maybe next time I'm going to do something different, but like just start to know how it feels. And then while you're doing all of this, it's really important every time you pay a bill, every time you swipe your card, feel gratitude. If you feel lack and scarcity in that moment, like, oh, I don't want to spend this money on this. That's the vibration that you're sending out into the universe. So every time you pay a bill, oh, I'm so thankful I have the money to pay this bill. Thank you. Thank you for having the lights on. Thank you for the air conditioning. Thank you for the heat. Thank you for the food. Thank you for this beautiful home I live in. Thank you for like whatever it is, right? Start to feel good for it. Thank you, grocery store, for having all this food that it's so convenient for me to stop here on my way home and purchase. I'm so excited to spend money at Target because I get to get this new decoration or whatever it is. Like start to feel good and retrain your brain. I'm telling you, the faster you start to retrain, and I know these things might seem simple or less important, but the faster you do that, the faster the results come, because those are the subconscious things that are putting the vibrations out that the universe is responding to. So get intimate with your money, understand your expenses, understand the tracker, look at your credit report, really understand where you're at so you can set some financial goals and then start to feel good regardless of how you're using your money right now. Start